Okay, so now let's talk about probably the most underrated champion, and more specifically jungler in the game, that being Nafiri. When Nafiri first came out, I remember a lot of people trying her jungle, saying she was okay jungle, and then she dropped off a cliff. And I don't really know why, because I still to this day think that she is one of the best junglers in the game, for multiple reasons. I'll just go over a few here. First of all, it's dog diff. The fact that you have dogs is OP for many reasons. One, you're able to full clear with 100% HP because the camps attack your dogs instead of attacking you. You can choose not for this not to happen if you stand close enough to the buff, and you choosing for this not to happen means your DPS will be increased because you're able to have more dogs up more often. But the dogs don't just help when it comes to your clear. The dogs make you more tanky. You're going to get blitz hooked or your dogs are in the way. You're going to get Ari charmed or your dogs are in the way. You're going to get hit by, I don't know what else we got here, a Lux snare or your dogs are in the way. You know, there are so many situations which you're going to be in where you play this champion where somebody will try and make a play on you, and then your dogs will just like stand in the way, and then the dogs will die obviously, but then you're just safe, and then like a 10-second cooldown late game or something lower than that, so it doesn't really matter. And then we have perma ults. So the perma ult synergizes nicely with the dog diff, because now you're going to be roaming around with what, how many, like 9 dogs or however many you get in your max level ult, which is insane. It makes it extremely hard for people to hit you, not just because of the dogs, but just from like a pure logistical perspective. It's hard to click on you when there's that many other entities around you. If you don't have target champions only on, it's actually quite hard to. I'm sure you've tried to dive somebody if you're a jungler, and then you accidentally hit the tower once or twice, and then you know you get flamed for it. It's kind of like that when you're playing Nafiri. If you have 9 other entities around you, or however many is 7, 9, whatever it is, if you have that many other entities around you, right next to you, it's extremely hard to. It can be, well, not extremely. It can be difficult to click on your champions. It's not rare to misclick on a Nafiri dog when you're trying to kill Nafiri, right? And sometimes that's actually the right play to kill the dog. Also, you can have up your ult pretty much permanently with this build, because the ult resets whenever you get a kill or a takedown, and your ult will be on an extremely low cooldown because of the runes which I'm going to mention here. So let's go on to the build, I believe. Yep, this is the build. So Eclipse is OP on Nafiri because you can proc it with one ability. You just hit one Q and then you get Eclipse. Profane is fairly straightforward. You kind of need Profane on assassins. It's the best assassin item in the game, in my opinion. And then you can choose between going experimental Hexplate, I think that's what it's called, experimental experiment, whatever it's called, or Axiom arc. So both of these items are really good. If you're snowballing, go Axiom arc. If you need a bit more survivability, go experimental. The reason for this, experimental gives you HP, and Axiom arc obviously does not. But Axiom arc gives you more ults. So again, if you're killing a lot of the enemies, then you're going to be getting a lot of resets on your Axiom arc. So this is obviously very beneficial. So when we're talking about the experimental item, you might be thinking that this isn't very good on Nafiri, but the fact that it gives you 30 ability haste on your ultimate is just amazing by itself. Also, the move speed which you're getting, you're moving insanely quick with this build because of all the move speed items, and because you're going ghost normally with this build. Then you go Youmuu's and Opportunity. These two are very good because they are like the move speed duo. They substitute boots very nicely, giving you both in combat and out of combat speed with Youmuu's, and then the percentage increase on your movement speed with Opportunity is very nice, especially the fact that you are reset based champion, and the fact that you're getting resets with Opportunity giving you that extra movement speed is very, very good. It's very, very beneficial. So let's talk a bit about Nafiri's ult. Nafiri's ult is one of the best ults in the game because it can be up for so long. It can permanently be up, and when Nafiri's ult is up, Nafiri becomes probably the best champion in the game in terms of raw dueling power. The fact that she gets such a huge shield, the fact that she does so much more damage because she has more dogs available, the fact that she gets move speed, the fact that her AD is increased dependent on her previous AD, makes Nafiri an absolute monster. I can't think of any champion who would beat Nafiri in a pure 1v1, which isn't like a infinite scaling champion who's had time to infinitely scale. With this ult, you do so much. It's hard to really compare you to any other champion, right? Obviously you have no CC, but the amount of damage you're able to do. Nafiri is just pure damage. That's all the champion does, and you know, doing damage is to an extent how you win League. So, ta-da! There we go. And now I just want to talk briefly here. I think this is my last slide. Yeah, this is my last slide. I did just want to talk briefly about why I think Nafiri is so good in jungle, and the answer is not going to be surprising to anybody. It's because the ganks on the W are just amazing. You get within this huge radius, like a Caitlyn auto attack radius. You could dash to a target. They can't escape it. It doesn't matter if they flash away from it. They can't escape it. It will dash to them. And the fact they have the charge up time, in my opinion, is actually good, because it means that people just panic when they see those red lines going towards them, but they'll flash away, and then you're able to get on top of them, and then you're able to take them down, right? The ganks on this champion are just so unbelievably easy. They're better than Nunu ganks, in my opinion, because also the fact that you are an assassin. There's two ways to be a really good jungler, in my opinion. You can be an assassin jungler, or you can be a tank jungler. Bruiser junglers aren't that good because they often have less CC than tank junglers, and less damage than assassin junglers. Assassin junglers, they don't need any CC because the best form of CC is a grey screen, effectively. And tank junglers are really good because they offer high amounts of CC and allow your team to follow up. But there's a problem. You need your team to follow up. The less assassin-y you go, the more you rely on your team to do stuff. I'm sure if we imagine a solo carry champion, most of us are going to imagine in the jungle, most of us are going to imagine an assassin or an invading champion like a Graves, which you could argue is an assassin as well. Having this lethality, high burst, engage, you don't need anybody to follow up, you don't need your team to have a brain. It's just so beneficial, in my opinion, in solo queue. It just feels so good to play. I don't know why her win rate is so low. Maybe it's because her clear is fine. I mean, it's not the quickest, but that's counteracted by the fact that it's the hell's just clear in the game, because you literally don't need to get hit ever. Maybe like you get hit once or twice. But that's all I have to say mainly about Nafiri. Nafiri jungle will also likely get buffed in the future if they want to keep Nafiri as a jungler. So if you are one of the, I don't know, 10 Nafiri jungle players, I hope you enjoy this. Alright, thank you a lot for watching, and oh, when it comes to the build, where you want to go is inspiration, you want to go first strike, magical footwear, futures market, and cosmic insight. The item haste is really good because you have a lot of items which you'll need haste on. I think almost all of your items are active items. Let me see this. Active item, active item, active item, not active item, active item, technically active item. So yeah, all of your items apart from one are active items. So yeah, that's very beneficial. And then on your secondary tree, you want to go domination, ultimate hunter, and sudden impact. Sudden impact is obvious, you dash a lot on Nafiri. Ultimate hunter again is obvious because you want your ult up a lot. You go double adaptive, and then HP. You can go early game HP if you feel like you're going to get invaded, so go early game HP. If you don't feel like you're going to get invaded, you can go scaling HP. And there we go. That is the build, and I hope you lot do enjoy it. Also, here is a clip of me playing Nafiri. This Nafiri game was absolutely amazing. I would really suggest you watch it. I feel like it gives some good, interesting insight into how most people should play jungle Nafiri. It gives good insight on to what objectives you can do, what objectives you should do. It's different stuff like this. But remember, I'm not a very good league. I'm not very good at playing league. I'm not going to say that I'm very good. But you know, give it a go. See what you think.